Hey, my friend, it's Melanie Ferguson, your host of Creatives on Fire, the podcast where I hope to inspire you to create a profitable six-figure following online. So turn it up and listen in to amazing stories of success, along with behind-the-scenes secrets and valuable tips from, you guessed it, Creatives on Fire. Welcome back to the podcast. This week we are in for a special treat. We have Miss Amanda Gerow from Hometalk here to share with us all the tips, tricks, and secrets to getting the most out of our blogger traffic when it comes to the Hometalk program. So Amanda, welcome.
Thank you, Melanie. I am so excited to be here to talk about my favorite thing, Hometalk, and the family of sites in the blogger traffic program.
Yay! I know. So a lot of the listeners do know about Hometalk and the benefits, but a lot of them are maybe even new. So Amanda, tell us a little bit about what is Hometalk and why should we as bloggers pay attention?
Hometalk is a wonderful tool for our content creators who create posts on home and garden related DIY tutorials. So if you have a blog where you post your projects, Hometalk can really help you reach out to new audiences and drive your traffic by creating a profile there. Creators can share those step-by-step tutorials and be part of our incentive programs, one of which is the blogger traffic program, where
that's my favorite one.
It's wonderful. And you actually get a direct feature where in our daily emails, traffic, it goes straight to your personal blog if you earn a feature.
I love that. And so, first of all, let's back the truck up. Does this cost anything?
Totally free.
Awesome. I just think that's just always such something that we just forget to remember is all we think about is, oh, we need to put our stuff on there and oh, we've got to do this and hello, it's free traffic. That is fabulous. And so what kind of estimate of traffic could maybe a new blogger expect from utilizing the traffic programs?
Your direct features can really vary as far as traffic, but you're pretty much guaranteed at least 2,000 clicks per feature.
Wow.
So again, we all know that traffic varies with the wind, but we have millions of subscribers to our daily emails and thousands of clicks can come in just off of one feature.
I love that. And so even if you aren't brand new, I mean, listen, 2,000 clicks to your site additional to what you would have already gotten is huge. That is 2,000 new pairs of eyeballs that are hitting your site that may have never heard about you before. And that is what I always lean into is that they would have never found you or discovered you otherwise. So this is so important, I think, for growing our readership and our ad revenue, let's be honest. So tell us a little bit, Amanda, about the Hometalk structure. Like what is required? What would we have to do to get started?
So to be part of the blogger traffic program, number one, you have to have a personal blog. So your Instagram doesn't count, your Pinterest doesn't count, but we do have great programs for that. But for the blogger traffic program itself, again, number one, personal blog. Next, you need to share 3 qualified posts in order to qualify for a feature. And what that means is that your posts meet our quality standards so that they're quality score 2. Ultimately, it's pretty simple. It just comes down to writing out a step-by-step tutorial. That means listing each step so that readers can hop on and easily see what you've done and recreate it. That's what Hometalk's for, is for connecting audiences who want to participate and like looking at it, but also you're inspiring this whole community. So you want to make it easy for people to kind of follow in your footsteps. And with that, it goes with beautiful, high quality photos. We look for before, in process, and after. And by in process, we mean as you're completing your project. So So I always recommend that if you're picking up a new tool or starting a new step, snap a photo of what you're doing. It's a great way to highlight exactly what you're doing, from hammering something into the wall or painting it or using a different type of brush. Anything that you think is important to making your project what it is, those readers need to be able to see it. And then from there are also 180 word minimum word count, which really is not that hard when you're completing your steps. And that's really what we look at for the bulk of it. But we also keep a list of those two on our Creator Hub.
Okay, so Amanda, you guys have made this so simple. The process, guys, it used to be a little more than it is now. Now you can literally drop a URL, a link to your blog post, and it auto populates within the program. I love this feature, Amanda. How about you?
I do truly love the import tool. It's so user-friendly. It makes everything go quicker. You still have the ability to manually upload if you do want to create it from scratch or edit, but the import tool is so wonderful.
Yes, yes. And so once you have your 3 qualified posts or links within the program, or the platform, you can go back and add up to 3 potential featured posts. Can they be the same URL? So say I'm a brand new blogger and I don't have a lot of blog posts. How would that work?
You can absolutely use the same URL. So the biggest difference is that what you are posting on Hometalk, and once you've qualified for a feature, that's not what is going into your direct traffic feature. It's the blog links that are supplied on your really handy Blogger dashboard. And that is where you really get to decide what you would like featured coming up, and our team goes in and chooses from there. But yes, you can absolutely have your links there match what you've posted on Hometalk. And if you don't want it to, that's also great to give readers something new and fresh, and then maybe drive them back to your Hometalk post from there or something new. It's really totally up to you. Our team also does a great job at making sure that they're choosing links that you've provided that fit the time of your scheduled feature. We really do want the best for you. They're not just going in there and blindly grabbing. They make sure it's seasonally appropriate. They're very aware of the trends, and they know what will do the best.
That's perfect. And so the Hometalk dashboard that I think Amanda's talking about is actually its own entire thing. So it's almost like another platform, maybe, albeit you could call it social media, whatever, but it's another place to form community. So you will start getting followers over in your Hometalk dashboard that you can actually communicate back and forth with, and that will start liking and commenting on your posts within Hometalk.
Yes. So you have your own personal profile on Hometalk, and you can get followers. I do like to recommend that on Hometalk, your followers are great, but it's not set up the way that Instagram is. So do not hold yourself overly stressed, like you know somebody who's only been on Hometalk for a month and you've been on it for a year, but they already have more followers than you. I promise it's not something to worry about. And so that you can see on your profile, but as a member of the Blogger traffic program, you do have access to your Blogger dashboard. And that's basically your control panel. You can see how many features you've had. You can see how much traffic you've gotten through all of those features. And how exciting is it to look back and see that you've had 3 direct features in the last few months and you've already gotten 10,000 views on whatever those features are.
It's super exciting. I love that part. I'm sort of a little bit of a numbers geek. I can't add them together, but I like looking at them.
I agree.
Like sparkly things. So when it comes to that, also, I wanted to make sure that everybody knows that you also get direct links to those other social media platforms within your dashboard. So if a complete stranger happens upon your post within the Hometalk platform, they can also click through and follow you in other places.
Yes, absolutely. You can link everything from your YouTube to your LinkedIn on your profile. So it's a great way for new people to find you and follow you everywhere else.
I love that. I love that because you can never get too much exposure. There's just no such thing.
No, especially being on Hometalk for free. We are really just all about our creators.
Yes. And so you mentioned about having a couple features over a certain amount of time. How often can we get these features?
So you can be eligible for a feature every 30 days. And it really comes down to if you post consistently with those qualified posts, you can pretty much receive a feature once a month. However, it does work in a way where, let's say I had a feature yesterday. 30 days from that day, that's when I will be able to go back into the scheduling queue to be scheduled for my next feature. So it's not always automatically on that day after your 30th day that you'll be featured, but that's when you fall back in. So it really spaces it out very nicely.
Yes. And so as long as you put it down in your calendar, it's one of those things that you definitely don't want to miss. You can also capitalize on these traffic programs by participating in more than one. So Amanda, tell us about the other two options that aren't just for DIY.
Yes. So we also have Food Talk. If you have recipes that you share on your blog, you can definitely upload those there. And every day I log into Food Talk and I'm immediately hungry. This morning I wanted fajitas at 9 a.m. because I was looking at someone's recipe. It's a great way to be part of the same program. And Upstyle is our fashion and beauty site where you can post tutorials for upcycling, refashioning. Maybe you like to make your own beauty products. You can post recipes for that there. You can post things on how to style a pair of really cute booties. Those all go there. All of our sites still come down to tutorials where you're teaching a new audience how to do something. They each have guidelines, but they just live in a different place. And the best part as a creator, you can be part of the blogger traffic program in all three. And if you have a feature on Hometalk for 1 month, you can still post on Food Talk and Upstyle and qualify for features there. And that 30 days only applies per site. So if I had a feature on Hometalk yesterday and I've posted qualified post on, say, Upstyle, I can still earn a feature that same month. And that means I get 3 direct features per month if I'm utilizing all 3 platforms.
Okay. That is worthy of a rewind. Let's hear that again. So Amanda, you're saying that let's just go with that generic number 1 to 2,000 new readers on your blog. You could get that times 3 if you participate in all 3 programs every 30 days.
Yes. Yes, I am.
That's amazing, guys. That is worth writing down in your calendar. Post to Hometalk, post to Food Talk, post to Upstyle. And that should get you really good traffic. And over time should really probably propel your ability to get qualified for an ad management company if that's your goal. And being consistent, would you say?
Consistency is key. I do also like to say that if cooking is not your thing, or if fashion is just not your thing, don't force yourself. You still have to meet quality standards. We want the best content available. So if your thing is home and garden, focus on home and garden. But if you do want to branch out, we're here to help you. It doesn't hurt to try. And you can always consistently post. You're not limited to just posting 3 a month. So if you just want to keep going, the post will be scored as they come in. So they can also just automatically fall into the queue, and you don't even have to worry about setting yourself reminders to make sure that you've qualified each month, anything like that.
I love that idea. Just make it one of your things on your blogging checklist. So after you hit publish, you go and you share it on Hometalk, and then you'll always have your little 3 qualified posts ready at any one time. And Amanda, this is, I think, where we get a little bit confused, only probably because it's one of the newest parts of Hometalk is Upstyle. So I know you mentioned a few of the types of the things that can be put in there. Can you elaborate a little bit? Like what exactly, give us some examples of what would qualify for Upstyle.
Okay. Let's see. I see a lot of sewing. So let's say you are sewing a new skirt. That can go in there. If you're using a certain pattern, you can put that in there too. Say you're using McCall's pattern number 1865. You can include a link to that pattern and show everyone the steps that you're taking to complete this skirt. And then pretty much just say whether you like it. Give us photos of the completed product. We're seeing beauty-wise, people making their own sugar scrubs, their own lotions, giving us photos of that. It's also popular for nail art, where how to paint your nails ombre, how to do nail art on short nails. You still want those same guidelines with a minimum word count and step-by-step tutorial, but it's definitely moving towards that fashion market. Let's see. I know that my DIY home and garden bloggers out there love a good upcycle project. So Upstyle is your way to go if you're turning an old pair of jeans into a bag. If you're making a curtain into a robe, that is what those readers want to see.
Okay. That is very, very helpful. And so that brings me to the next question, which is, can you use the same URL post for an Upstyle project that you use over on Hometalk?
You cannot. So if you're not sure maybe sometimes where to post it, that's what I'm here for. That's what our community managers are here for. You can ask us, but fashion and beauty live on Upstyle, and home and garden live on Hometalk. Anything edible lives on Food Talk. So if you have a recipe for, say, the air diffusers where you can just put the one pots on the stove where people make their home smell delightful with cinnamon and fruit, that could actually go on Hometalk because no one's eating that. Hand soap could go on Upstyle. Body scrubs could go on Upstyle. And again, if there's a line where you think it could work on both, just ask and we'll definitely let you know what it would probably perform best on.
Awesome. I love all of these tips because, it's one thing to have an amazing platform that can benefit you. And it's another thing to actually understand how to get the most out of it. So we've mostly spent all of our time talking about the blogger traffic programs for each of the three choices. However, you have a couple other little programs that I'd love for you to just kind of touch on. We don't have to go into, the specifics, but tell us what other things you guys have for bloggers.
Sure. So we also have our creator rewards program. And I mentioned earlier that you don't have to have a blog to be part of the creator rewards program. And that's true. If you are a blogger, you are welcome to be part of it. But the Creator Rewards Program is designed for our creators who may not have a blog necessarily where they share posts, but they can qualify by creating 2 project tutorials on Hometalk, for instance, in 1 calendar month. And when they post those 2 qualifying tutorials, they receive a monthly gift card for $50 on Amazon. And then your content can also be highlighted in our newsletter and on Instagram. So it really comes down to if that's something more your speed. If you don't have a blog that you post to, the Creator Rewards program is perfect, especially if you use Instagram as kind of your creative base and you're getting paid for creating content on Hometalk or Food Talk or Upstyle, because just like the blogger traffic program, you can be part of that on all 3. So again, you get paid to write for our sites.
Now, can you also personally post it to your own platforms?
You could, yes. So let's say that I was a blogger and had my own blog, but I want to be part of the Creator Rewards program. I can still post it on my blog and I can still use that import tool. I'm just preferring the gift card instead of the traffic to my blog pages at this time.
Gotcha. So it is a choice between the traffic program or the rewards program.
Correct. So you cannot be part of both at the same time. You have to choose one or the other. But we also have something called the Pinterest opt-in program, where you can slowly earn revenue. It is a revenue-based program. I will say it is slow earning. I think the biggest perk there is just your visibility. So what I mean by the Pinterest opt-in program is you opt in your content to Hometalk or Food Talk or Upstyle. And that means that you give Hometalk and our partners the permission to create a pin based on your content on our sites. So if I shared a tutorial on Hometalk, I've given Hometalk permission to create a pin based on that post. So when people are on Pinterest and they click that, it'll link back to my post on Hometalk. Ultimately, again, it just creates more visibility, and you earn about $1 per click or 10 cents per click. So it is slow earning once you get going. But I think the visibility is definitely worth it. And you're not mandated to do that. But if you're interested in the opt-in program, you can definitely ask someone about it.
And the reverse side of that Pinterest opt-in program is you can be someone who creates pins. Do you still have that program?
So we do. However, those are closed at this time. As we all know, Pinterest is going through all kinds of changes this year, and Hometalk is always working to make sure our programs are the best for our creators and doing the most. So right now, our boards are closed. But you never know what the future holds for that.
Yes, yes. And Pinterest is a really good resource. And I think that what Amanda was sharing about the opt-in program is kind of a no-brainer if you are open to getting more traffic on your Hometalk posts, because they're ultimately going to be able to follow you there and click through your other social medias, through your Hometalk dashboard. So I really don't see a downside to participating in that program as well. Okay, Amanda, tell us about the Hometalk TV program. How would we participate in that, and why would we want to?
Well, if you haven't noticed, video is the future and the present. And while we are still really looking at written and step-by-step tutorials for the blogger traffic program and our content on the verticals, we love our video creators too. Our video team here at Hometalk is the best and the coolest. And they're always thinking of new ideas and looking for new contributors. So what you can do is go to our creator hub at Hometalk, and it's bloggers.hometalk.com. And you'll look under programs where you will see something called Hometalk TV. That gives you all of the details and quick facts about Hometalk TV and the opportunities. And there is an application and an interest form on that page. So if you're interested, all you would have to do is fill out that form, let our team know they're interested, and they'll review it and let you know if there are any opportunities.
Whoop, whoop. That's so awesome, because I think a lot of the listeners here are content creators already and do create video consistently. And so this would just be another outlet. And I believe it's a paid outlet. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I just think that that's definitely worth mentioning and checking out. And speaking of worth mentioning, Amanda, we haven't talked about your brand partnership program. How does that work?
So the brand partnership program is really cool. Kari Ann Wood of Thistlewood Farms helps out with it. And then we do have an employee that works with her. And basically, if you're interested, you reach out to me or our team through the links on our page and let them know. And when they have an opportunity that they think will be a best fit for you, they reach out and they set it up.
Oh, that is so awesome. And that's a paid opportunity as well.
Yes.
Goodness. Amanda, this has been amazing. I absolutely adore all of the insight that you've given us. It's very helpful. I have one last question about the Blogger Traffic program. When you are putting in your post for a feature and it is going to qualify for, towards a feature, how many links can I put to, like, say, an affiliate product or back to my own blog? And what are your best practice recommendations for that?
You can have up to 2 links in your Hometalk post back to maybe a different post if you're referring to somebody that way on something on your personal blog or affiliate. I always recommend making sure that what's most important to you in your post is what you link. So if you're linking every single product you used, you can't really do that in your post on Hometalk. There's already going to be a link on your post that takes readers back to your original post on your blog. So there's no need to add that as your second link. So definitely just focus on what you think is most important that is linked in there. So if it is an affiliate link that you want to stand out the most, if it's a related project on your personal blog, definitely look at those more.
Got it. Okay. Well, that is super helpful. Amanda, oh my goodness, how can the listeners reach out to you? Like, how do we get started if we want to participate in this program?
If you would like to participate, you can just go to hometalk.com and click join now, or you can email me at amanda@hometalk.com. I try very hard to be very quick in my responses. So I'm always open to any questions or interests, or maybe you just need more elaboration on whatever I've talked about. And that goes for our current members too. I love talking to our creators. I know that Christina, our Creator Rewards Community Manager, does as well. So we're always here to field any questions you have.
Awesome. So Amanda, with all of these opportunities, they're free to the bloggers, and some of them are paid in more ways than one, whether it's traffic or actual income. Both are just amazing. So I appreciate it so much.
Yes, no problem. And again, if you ever have questions, everyone knows where to reach me.
Yes.
Thank you so much, my friend, for listening to the podcast. I'm blessed every single time you come back and listen to an episode. It's especially amazing when you share it with others on social media. So be sure to follow Creatives on Fire online. Listen, if you have not already done so, I want you to go ahead and download the 5 ideas I personally used to explode my online audience growth to a 6-figure following. You can find that at creativesonfirepodcast.com. I appreciate you, and until next time, stay inspired.